Good evening, Randomania. Welcome to this game 2 between chessjerk and Bulleta in this elimination bracket match, round 2. I am DH Stom, and joining me is Jay Coper. How you doing tonight?
I'm good. Thanks for the intro, Stom. How is your night going so far?
It's doing great. I've been waiting, looking forward to this. Exciting times. Can't wait to see what this seed has for us. So if you missed it, like as said, Bulleta did take game 1. It was apparently a really close game. I need to go back and watch it myself. Less than 20 seconds between these two, so definitely a good matchup.
Yeah, it was one of the best races of this tournament by far, so certainly worth watching. Um, yeah, both really solid players this game. Sometimes a race might be close because players are both making mistakes and they just kind of end up close at the end, but that is not the case for what happened in their last race. So definitely looking forward to this race here, and
All right.
kick her off.
Absolutely. Starting in the bottom left corner. Wow. Okay. We have full Triforce already.
So crazy thing. Well, actually, I see they're starting with just a magic boomerang. It's possible that they're starting with both boomerangs, but you wouldn't know
yeah.
that. So, yeah, that's all that's really relevant, I guess. And we're going to be looking for 9 and looking for a Zelda and seeing if Ganon's required. And we got some 0 HP enemies.
It does indeed look like that, and we got some dark nets on the world, the overworld there as well. So that's going to be some mixed up enemy sets all across the board. Bulleta is going ahead, moving on up to the graveyard. Gonna check through. And meanwhile, chessjerk is going through the dead woods over to the start area. Find lots of caves.
Yeah,
Was that?
Oh, we
Is
got
that
some
bomb up
shuffled
blue
drops.
or red?
Yeah, that's a bomb upgrade. That's either the white or the magic sword there. So, yeah, we got lots of different stuff happening here. We got bombs. We got drop shuffled.
Yep, that's definitely shuffle drops.
It doesn't look like shops are shuffled.
Nope. Secrets aren't shuffled, it doesn't look like. Bulleta picks up a 30.
How do we know that there's no boomstick?
chessjerk finds level 3. He's going to go ahead and dive.
Yeah, you can't blame him for wanting to get a few keys and maybe a spare item. Oh,
and that is a shape
for lower levels.
Absolutely. And bosses are not 0 HP. Or no, the boomerang just doesn't work on Aquamentus, right?
Yeah, I would say the boomerang probably isn't going to work on Aquamentus regardless.
So still to be determined. And Bulleta has returned to start and is going to start exploring east.
Yeah, we do have book to understand hints from the old men on, at the very least. We might also have book as an atlas, which could be very helpful. Oh, Bulleta is stuck. That is unfortunate.
Oof. And chessjerk picks up a heart piece.
Did Bulleta reset then, huh? That's interesting, because they had a heart.
That is interesting. Probably didn't go too far to get it though, so. And there is the wood sword at the start screen. The vanilla start.
Definitely always want to make that a priority because there's a 50% chance of the sword being there.
Absolutely.
Bulleta has not gotten lucky with bomb drops so far, that's for sure.
Seems like all of those were going chessjerk's way. Does see that bomb upgrade now.
Yeah, there's a weird thing with bomb upgrades on the overworld when they replace the swords. Sometimes they refill your bombs and sometimes they don't, but it would be really nice to get one of those upgrades if it's possible.
So that white sword item is a heart container, but 4 is not enough, so we're going to have to wait for 5 or 6. Odds are on 5 because of the way that the random flags go, but 4 is not it.
Yeah, I would say the more significant things there that Bulleta takes a death. There's a couple things that heart container tells us, or could tell us. One is that items are definitely shuffled to some degree. 2 is that there's a really good chance that the dungeon heart shuffle is on.
Ooh.
So if we need to end up looking for a bow or a ladder, it could turn into a whole ordeal here.
Absolutely. And that's going to be such a luck shoot at this point, just a crapshoot, just because they don't need any Triforces. And so it's just going to be a matter of diving any dungeon that you come across at this point. Not that they wouldn't have done that anyways.
Yeah, well, I mean, really the biggest priority here, I think, is just finding level 9. So check as many caves as possible. chessjerk very justifiably heading up towards the normal Artemis item spot here. Did Bulleta get to the normal armor spot?
I don't know.
Let's get up here.
And confirmed that bosses do not have 0 HP. It took 2 bombs to take down that Aquamentus. And that is absolutely a staircase at the normal Armos item spot.
Right. So chances are that the power bracelet still isn't shuffled, but it's not there. It's in one of the eastern Armos spots. It could be some other item over there too, and that would be something to prioritize for sure. We don't want to mess with this guy, I don't think.
No, I don't think we do. Luckily, able to bomb right behind him. Find that compass doesn't really help terribly. There's also a fun chance with they do find that recorder. If this is recorder to unbeaten dungeons, that we might just have a stick. Does nothing.
Yeah. Unfortunately, it doesn't record her to 9.
It does not.
That would be pretty amazing.
Yet another Gleeok. Another 4-headed Gleeok, I believe.
That was a pretty unsatisfying dip into level 3 for Bulleta there.
Yep. I think
+1 key.
Yeah, I think it was very similar for chessjerk.
Yeah.
I don't think he spent nearly as much time in there. Not that either of them spent a whole lot of time there. chessjerk is crossing the desert now.
Maybe Bulleta will get her sword soon. Just heading in that direction. I do certainly approve of swordless play, but they do make life easier and are sometimes required.
And with 0 HP enemies and starting with a magical boomerang, there's worse ways to be able to play the seat. And unless you're like TGE, and then he would just be crying in a corner. But I think for most of us, like being able to just kill everything with a ranged weapon that can't be taken away from you and can be thrown diagonally, it's not bad.
Yeah, there's still a pretty good chance that we're going to see Wizrobes in 9. So
That's true.
that Boomerang is not going to kill a single Wizrobe. Not until Fred does some more magic with the randomizer, shuffling enemy weaknesses, maybe.
That would be a quite interesting thing to see in the future.
Oh, we do have perma beans too. That's, yeah,
Oh, nice.
those are nice to have.
Yeah, that's gonna make this much more bearable.
Chester turning down those bombs.
I know. I was just thinking the same thing. I think he must be saving up at this point.
Yeah, he might be thinking he's got to buy a candle soon, so...
That would make sense as well. Granted, only one bomb left. But, you know, you got to think, chessjerk was getting really lucky with bomb drops earlier. Maybe just doesn't think it's worth the money.
Oh,
hello
there.
That was silver arrows as our Armos item. No immediate help for us, but very nice to find.
I thought chessjerk was working on forcing a bomb, but then he took another bot from that dark net, so I'm not really sure what his immediate plan is at this point.
And it might have been, and just unfortunately ran into it. Bulleta is checking the coast now. And did successfully get bombs, and chessjerk gets his bomb. Okay. And then gets another right away.
So
because
this
why
is
not?
going to tell us what overworld we have. Looks like it's a pure first quest over.
That makes sense. It did feel like that. And level 5. By the way, chessjerk actually did choose to turn dungeon numbers on, so that flag was always going to be on for this race. Something that chessjerk was able to do as the person who lost game 1.
Oh, we got a bow on the coast?
Ooh.
So really, if we need to kill Ganon, the only thing we need to find is the ladder.
That ladder.
Unless something is blocked. Oh,
and chessjerk finds 9.
But wait.
And Bulleta's right behind.
Same screen.
Wow.
Oh my word.
Oh.
This could be just as close as their last race.
Yes. But was their last race less than 15 minutes?
It was not. It was around an hour. You gotta go up, man. Gotta go up.
And you just gotta think they are gonna stay here as long as they can. chessjerk clipping in, gonna take this staircase.
Interesting. Conserving keys already.
Bulleta looks to be possibly doing the same thing. Not a formula for success if Bulleta's doing the same thing as chessjerk just 5 seconds later.
Right. You'd have to imagine they're going to diverge a little at some point.
Absolutely. But there are those Wizrobes along with Moblins. But 0 HP makes it a little bit more bearable.
I'm not quite sure why chessjerk went back down. He didn't even try bombing up. Oh, we got a ladder block here.
chessjerk seems
key on the other side of that water.
chessjerk seems very, very, very hesitant to use his bombs, but has pulled them out now. And finds another staircase.
It's possible that key will be obtainable for Bulleta now after clearing that whole room. No.
Yep.
Oh,
and we're going to get a map.
And
oh, wow.
It's a full shapes, 1 through 9.
Yes, that is 7 rooms missing, so...
Did chessjerk go up twice there? It looked like there was another room to go up. Oh, we got a roar? Interesting.
Ah. And chessjerk gets more bombs, dropping, I believe, off those Moblins. That's a nice to know that can happen.
And it is Ganon. Ganon in his own room.
Wow.
There is no way we're getting out of here, so we're gonna have to up an A.
Indeed.
Ganon in his own room means that there's a really strong chance that Zelda's gonna be in her own room. So,
Yep. Absolutely.
Rook
So
would
that
be
means that you're going to have to come from
potentially quite
below. Yeah, and time's going to tell, like you said, if this is going to end up being a ladder hunt. And
would
I
not
think
spend time picking
that
this hunt.
absolutely confirms, I think, that we have Heart Shuffle on.
Yes, that definitely concerns Boss Heart Shuffle.
So that means that's just potentially that much crazier of a ladder hunt if it comes down to it. Ooh, chessjerk runs into, well, he's going to play a mini game.
Oh, target practice game.
Yep, the original, put it in pretty much every other Zelda moving forward. So there's the first one. Managed just to get out of that room with all the gels.
I think Bulleta has a bomb stored here. I would use this key and go up. We'll see if Oh, the Bulleta definitely lost it there.
Yeah,
that was a terrible staircase.
Oh, I think chessjerk is hoarding all the bombs. But didn't even try and bomb east from there. That was a little... I guess that's the entrance, isn't it?
Yeah, that was definitely right next to the entrance.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a flag for permanent beam sword, and it happens to be on in the seed.
Okay, chessjerk gonna change over to magic boomerang. Meanwhile, just being sandwiched left and right by this set of traps just going at him. That was a very unfortunate room. Yes. So, Ruble, this is actually a random percent tournament, the 2020 random percent tournament, a elimination bracket game 2. So we did not know what the flags are going to be, what any of this was going to be, and we were discovering it just as the race started. The entire tournament is going to be just like that. So all of our runners are going to have to be completely prepared for all kinds of different scenarios, including starting with all the Triforces.
So walkthrough walls could definitely be a thing here as well.
Oh, true.
Something we gotta think about.
Yeah.
As well as second quest rooms.
I haven't seen any hints of like...
Oh, there is a walkthrough wall.
Oh, wow. There you go. That could absolutely, if that's something that Bulleta doesn't realize, will heavily shift things potentially in chessjerk's favor.
So, it looks like, what's the name of the flag? But eliminate open staircases is on. So we're gonna see fewer diamond staircases in this one. Or yeah, I think so. I think that's the only thing that explains having us see with that drop in the corner, but I'm not 100% sure.
Which is interesting because we've seen a couple of diamond staircases.
Yeah, the loser's remorse flag is that the dungeon labels are on. Looks like Bulleta is taking off.
And chessjerk has found a wand in 9.
Bulleta must want to go and refill her bombs.
That makes sense. Wand is it's an okay find. It's not really... It might help you with the bosses a bit, just because you do get white sword damage at this point.
Yeah, wand would be useful for Gleox and Patras. That's mostly it.
But we have 0 HP enemies. We have sword beams permanently on, and we have a magic boomerang. So you're not really gaining a whole lot of extra offense off of that wand at this point.
Now chessjerk is out of bombs too. I'm wondering what Bulleta is planning here, and if she finds the the bomb shop, does that mean she'll go back into 9?
Keys are not really a problem for Chessburg at this point. Is up to 6. A few more, and Chessjerk will be eligible to find that magic key, as always seems to happen.
Yeah, I would definitely check that key door above the dig dog. I wonder if chessjerk is going to do that now that he's got plenty of keys and no bombs.
Absolutely.
It is not Zelda.
Not at all. But that was worth the key. Absolutely, to check that.
Bulleta has found any roads.
Which are not at all in their vanilla location. Oh, well, one is, and now Bulleta's stuck.
And she could click back in there if she wants.
That's true.
Ladder block does seem like a decent possibility. The bigger worry for me is no bombs at all.
Yeah. Now, we did see earlier that some of the moblins in here were dropping bombs. So,
Right.
So Chessjerk might be hunting for another pack of those.
There's always guaranteed to be a bomb drop, dropping enemy in every dungeon.
3, I believe. So. Chessjerk takes down Ganon, who has no hit points as well, but does not have a bow. So cannot skewer the pig manually with silver arrows.
Right. As we know, the bow is on the coast, but we have no idea where the ladder is. So that's all that's stopping us from taking down Ganon right now.
Yeah. So it's interesting. Chessjerk has passed right. Okay, knew exactly where that bomb shop was, and was going there. But did pass by all those Octorots, which were also dropping bombs earlier. Didn't bother to try and kill and farm any of those off that.
Yeah, I think he just went for the sure thing, I guess.
Yeah.
But I think it was the red Octoroks, and the red Octoroks might just be some of them as well. The fast ones and the slow ones can be in different groups.
It's true. And I was not paying close enough attention to see which ones were dropping bombs.
Yeah, neither was I. I could understand going back into 3, but it's super tempting to just stay into 9 and commit.
Yeah, I honestly, I would fully commit to 9 until I've exhausted all possibilities.
Yeah, it's not like you're going to be too combat blocked here unless it's, something like you have to kill this dig dogger.
Right. And I think, we've seen now that digger, we're probably not going to see Gleeoks in there or anything like that because we've seen the dig doggers, correct?
No, the boss groups could be shuffled.
Okay, I just wasn't sure how many unique bosses could be in a dungeon in the shuffle.
I'm not sure. There's definitely a limit. Like Ganon and Zelda have to be in the boss group in 9.
Yeah.
But we've seen an Alchemist and we've seen a Dig Dogger, so maybe
that's probably it.
Don't fit in the boss group as well. But Fred has done a lot of moving things around to make the shuffled boss groups work.
Indeed. So. No gate that way, and Bulleta's definitely going to pick up that extra heart. Having 6 made it a guarantee, and is now up to 7.
Yeah, they have seen 2, 3, and 5. I think that Bulleta has only seen 3 out of those 3 dungeons. I think that Chessjerk saw the other 2 dungeons.
I believe that's correct.
So Yeah, chessjerk has more places to return back to, but it's not like 2 and 5 were hiding extremely well. Well, Bulleta has picked up a candle. Must have bought that.
Yep. Bulleta also then just bought a large shield. Not that it shows up on that slime sprite, but wants to make sure have some extra protection going in, potentially back to level 9. Although right now, Bulleta's not acting like she's going back to level 9 yet. Kind of going in that direction, but I think she's checking everything she can along the way, at least.
Yeah, maybe Bulleta has convinced herself that Ganon is required already, perhaps.
Or that it's ladder blocked.
Right.
Let's pick up the big secret. But is suspiciously continuing to go in this direction. So, yep. This is still first quest.
I don't think Bulleta has determined that yet. Oh, we got level 7 at level 8 spot.
Yeah. But Bulleta has decided that level 7 is not something that she is interested in exploring right now. And I don't blame her. It's a fairly large dungeon with only one item, and Bulleta is back in 9.
And chessjerk just bombed into a hole in the map, which is never going to open. So, be getting a little flustered by the lack of area to progress here.
And spending a lot of time to kill bats, I only assume trying to build up a count for bombs. That's the only reason to do that.
Probably.
Unfortunately, finds himself once again in that Whack-A-Gel room. And they did have item drops, so he could have built up on those.
Yeah,
in fact,
yeah, he could have forced a bomb there.
In fact, don't those respawn? He could have gone back in there.
They won't respawn. Not.
I thought Zols and Gels always respawn when you left the room.
No, it's only if you separated a Zol into gels and then kill those gels
Okay.
that those will respawn. Oh, that is relevant.
That is very relevant. chessjerk has found the compass.
Zelda is not very far away, but we have seen no path to get to her so far.
Oh, well, we might have seen a path to get to her, not a path that we can take.
Well, I think we've seen the top of that gel room, though, so I don't think that's super relevant.
I thought we'd only seen the bottom and middle, but... And chessjerk does force another bomb?
That's a hugely valuable skill here. And chessjerk has found himself back in that room. That's not where he wants to be.
And he is studying... Yeah, we have not seen the top of that room, I don't believe.
I think he's trying to decide if he's ladder blocked.
Yep.
He's leaving.
Looks like... Yeah. So, ladies and gents, we have potentially a very unique situation here, where we starting full Triforce, but needing the ladder to get the bow and needing the ladder to potentially progress in level 9. And that is in a seed that is with a full heart shuffle as well. We are about to go hunting in a major way. And if I'm them, I want to find level 1.
Yeah, but heading back to level 2 and level 3 both sound like pretty good plans as well. I'm not really sure what chessjerk is doing right now.
I think
he's not going into one of those levels.
In the area, might as well clear this out. If there's nothing here, there's no reason to ever come back.
wonder if he's going to head back to 3 or if he's going to go up to 2. It looks like he's going to go back to 3, probably.
Yeah, saved with that 8 hearts at that point, and is going to buy Candle. I think chessjerk is definitely setting up to maximize potential exploration.
Yeah, like you said, finding one is probably a good idea, and he wants to have that option available to him.
One of the nice things about the level 1 overworld, there's fewer checks overall. There's more secrets, less door repairs. It is a friendlier overworld. And so he's going to take advantage of that. Go ahead and grab medicine. Grab a red potion.
Bulleta did find the compass as well, and we'll see if she decides the same thing to ditch this level 9 and try something else. And she's also bombing into that gap in the map. So.
Yeah. We do not yet have secret rooms and shapes. So that is both of them wasting a bomb. Luckily, Bulleta is about to get more bombs, which is great because this is just pretty much all you get here. And chessjerk is back in 3. Yep. So did we find either item in this?
We have not.
Okay. So we're going to have a staircase item and a floor item in here. Still plenty of heart containers in the mix. But decent chance that at least one of these is also going to be something else. Now, that Gleeok that chessjerk also passed on, is there any chance that there is a drop in that room? I don't know the drop rooms as well as you do.
I think so. It's shaped so that really opens up the possibilities for drops.
Yeah, I just can't remember if they had already picked something up in there or not, but I don't think they did. So that might be a required kill at some point.
Yeah, it certainly could be, but chessjerk can handle it with the life he has and the wand. Looks like chessjerk is avoiding that top left room that requires a key for the moment.
That makes sense. Make sure that you need to spend it before you spend it. There's not that many rooms left.
I think that room might be the staircase, though, based on what we've seen in this level 3.
That makes sense at this point. And chessjerk's going to go ahead and take this Gleeok down. And
easy kill.
Yeah, easy kill. But nothing for it. And this is not going to be the staircase room because that shutter door is open is closed at the bottom.
He made a whole lap.
He did. I think he realized that was not the key door he actually wanted to go through. And is going to go back around and check it now. Actually, I think he's going to go kill that other Gleeok first. Which makes sense because we really don't have that many rooms left for the floor drop. Now, they could be in the same room. It could be that upper left room has the floor drop and a staircase in it.
Right. I mean, that's everything we need. Wow. Okay. That's GG right there, I think.
Pretty much.
Might as well pick up that bow, too, on your way back.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Bulleta has found her way into level 5. Not game 5. Bulleta looks to be looking at game 3, the way this is going right now. Did find a compass, which is very useless, except that it eliminates one room as where you can find an item. But we know that what Bulleta needs is not there. It is, in fact, in the only other dungeon besides 9 that she knows where it's at.
It is pretty outrageous that the first item we saw in any dungeon outside of 9 was the one item that we needed.
It is pretty insane. So, chessjerk, I imagine, yeah, he's going to go around and he's going to go ahead and pick up that bow just in case. And I imagine that he will probably jet to Ganon right away, just because it's such an easy path to get up there, take care of it, and then can explore around that spot.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to matter what he does, which order he does things in. There's just not.
Oh, sure, yeah.
For Bulleta here.
Yeah, no, it's a countdown to the end. It would take Bulleta leaving now, going straight to 3, and chessjerk getting like really, really like unlucky with 9 at this point. And that's pretty much the only chance that Bulleta has right now.
I just don't think that he can get unlucky. We've seen everything that's relevant. I think we just need to get north of that that Chevy room, and that's pretty much the solution to the whole thing.
That's true. Especially with the compass being there, it's going to be really, really hard unless there's just happens to be a secret staircase, something like that. But yeah, just trying to keep things interesting while we're still waiting for the solution to unfurl.
There's
have a little bit of fun with that. Like, there's a small chance, just like there's a small chance to win the lottery. You're probably not going to get it, but
there is a chance that she's not in her own room, which means that she wouldn't necessarily be accessible from the bottom, and then we might not know how to get to her, I suppose. But
that's true. But since the odds are very high, as you said, that she is in her own room, then that Chevy room leads up to the room that you go into. That makes sense. Bulleta finds a heart. Not what she wanted. And chessjerk reconfirms that wall can still not be accessed via bomb.
This is a very one-directional type of line here. Where is chessjerk going?
Chessjerk's going. I think he's not thinking the same lines as you are about the fact that Zelda's likely in her own room, and is therefore thinking about trying to get to her from the top or left, possibly. And didn't think about that Chevy room leading right into it. No, and does remember at least the pushblock rooms, or walk-through walls. That is another walk-through walls.
He's good right here. This
yeah.
Is gonna take... The Chevy, I don't think the ladder was even required.
No, it wasn't required.
Well, it was required for picking up the bow because that was a forced Ganon. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that makes you good. Yeah. What a crazy match. Ganon required, so ladder required. Now, Bulleta is not usually someone who keeps IRC open. So she is likely unaware so far that the game is actually over. So she will continue on until she finishes. Yeah, very likely. And the recorder theme was Mute City from F-Zero, which makes sense because I never heard it. And hopefully we will be joined by our Game 2 winner in just a moment. And we are joined by our winner, chessjerk. GG.
Thank you very much. How are you doing tonight?
Doing quite well. So that was quite an interesting seed.
That was panic, if nothing else. Because when you see the full Triforce already filled in for you, it does turn into... It definitely turns the luck factor up to 11. Because who's going to find 9 first, and if there's a block, who's going to find the solution to said block first?
Well, the answer to both of those was you.
Yeah. By, I'd say a good 2 or 3 seconds, you found 9 first.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's comforting. Thank you.
Yeah. Now, you actually spent a lot more time initially in 9 than Bulleta did. She ended up looking around a little bit more outside of it before coming back. She also ran out of bombs before you did, so ended up leaving and kind of took a little bit of a tour on the way back. And so it was a little bit longer before Bulleta realized that indeed it was either Ganon and or ladder blocked, which of course is going to be ladder blocked either way.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that there was no way around the ladder block, unless I missed a door or something.
Yeah, that's really tough to determine in level 9 if it's ladder blocked. But and it's really hard to leave 9 once you're in there and it's open, because you could just walk into Zelda's room at any moment. Sure looks like Ganon ended up being required though, so you're going to need that ladder for the bow regardless, I guess.
Yeah,
And
that's interesting.
It found level 4 and it found the book.
It was interesting. Both seeds we played, both times the bow was on the coast. Very strange. But it was not. It wasn't required last time. So at least it was required one of the 2 times.
Did you notice that it was also a heart shuffle seed, and did that help your panic or any?
Well, I mean, that if the luck factor was turned up to 11 originally, adding heart shuffle probably turns up to 12. Because then, okay, you need to dig the right dungeon, and you have to dig whether it's a floor item or a staircase item.
Indeed.
And I guess the odds of me finding the first item I find in a dungeon is the exact item I'm looking for probably turns the luck factor up even more.
Yeah, I'd say it turns it up to blackjack, 21.
Yeah, that's dealt blackjack when you put your last $500 on the table and then you go home saying, "Hey, I bet all my money at the right time."
Indeed. Also, somewhat ironic. An interesting fact is that Bulleta had actually only found 3 besides 9. When doing her other dives, and has only since started to explore and do other dungeons after leaving, but has not gone back to 3. We knew you had found 2, 3, and 5 before going into 9.
That's
and
right.
we were sitting there thinking that, like, surely he's going to go back to a 2 or 3 unless he wants to hunt for 1.
Yeah. And it definitely, because I know I wanted to make sure when I game out of 9, I thought, okay, buy your candle while you have a chance. There's a candle at start. And then from there, the progression is I found 3 first, so go there first. And then you found 2, and then you found 5. So dig those 3 dungeons, and if you don't find ladder, then it's off search and you go.
So was the choice to go back to 3 first a bit of a metagaming type of thing, because you figured that Bulleta had probably already found that as well, and you wanted to make sure that you had covered that first? Or because it seemed like 2 was closer to where you were at level 9.
This is true. I guess in my mind I was thinking I needed the candle for something, and I wanted to make sure I had it. And there are no candle shops that I found near where level 9 was. So my thought process was, okay, up A, and then burn the candle spots, and then go back to 3 because it's kind of on the way. And I mean, because I'd already seen the map for 3, and it was not overly bad from what I saw. So I mean, obviously two would be preferable, possibly, if that map was even better. But it was definitely a consideration. But in the heat of the moment, I decided to up a by candle and go to 3, and that turned out to be the right decision.
Indeed, it was, and fairly quick seed. In 38 minutes basically, with full Triforce is definitely not as fast as it could have been possibly, but overall, and I think that you're going to be finishing well ahead of your opponent for game 2. And that does mean we're also going to have a game 3.
That is correct. Yeah, I think that 38 minutes is probably a decent time for a full Triforce start, but with Ganon required and a ladder block.
That's fair.
Ladder in a not necessarily obvious place. I mean, obviously, it being in an open cave type level and not deep on Death Mountain or something. That would be
with the heart shuffle.
That would be an hour 30 seed probably. That's not.
It's true. This very easily could have been a very long hunt for that ladder. We were kind of buckling in for that.
Oh, when you have all 8 dungeons open and this heart shuffle's on, yeah, ladder could literally have been anywhere.
Yeah,
I guess not on the coast, but not anywhere.
Sure. Yeah.
So, I see it doesn't look like you guys have game 3 scheduled. Do you have any idea when that might happen?
We talked about it in IRC before. We're thinking probably Thursday night, 10 o'clock. Probably Thursday or Friday. So I think Bulleta has other things going on this week on Tuesday and Wednesday, so that'll probably be the time.
Bulleta finds another 100. Bulleta just found another 100 secret. Was only down 20 rupees from max. Luckily, not a whole lot for Bulleta to buy at this point. No need for arrows. Already has a big shield. Already has candle. Could have bought a bait there. Not everybody buys bait unless they absolutely need it.
Or you get hungry.
That's true.
Bulleta did deep further into 3 the first time she was in there than you did, so she might be wanting to put that off. Maybe it seemed a little blocked, or it looks like she might be heading right back into 3 now. So that's good news for
absolutely
a closer race.
I definitely have a feeling that if bosses had 0 HP, this would have been a very, very, very short seed, because that Gliak would have died almost instantly. 2 rooms into 3 in there. Oh, there's the ladder on the floor.
Yeah, I think that the first time that she dug in there, she also did not have the sword. So
that is correct.
Yeah, she would have had to come back there with the sword as well.
Yeah, that's true. It wouldn't have. That's if 3 had been on the way after the sword instead of before, then for sure.
Right.
But obviously, if you have full Triforce, your priority is finding 9, and odds are, if you're going to get the sword at start, you've already found 3, and you're probably not going back to 3 until you find 9. So.
Indeed. We'll also see if Bulleta goes ahead and fights this. Gliak does. So an interesting thing, though, is that Bulleta has already dived 9 twice. Did not find that wand, though. So did that just with the wood sword, but does get that ladder and is on her way out.
I imagine she's going to world wrap at this point, grab that bow, and head back into 9.
World Wrap was an excellent idea, and I did not think of it in the heat of the moment. That would have saved some time, I think, rather than walking all the way. Oh, I mean, I was at, I guess if I'm at level 3, I guess up A, save, and then World Wrap is probably faster than taking the long walk. Yeah, it's got to be, because I walked, 20 screens to get to the bow?
Looks like she's just visiting the Freight Falcon first, but
otherwise, gonna save that. So.
And I keep forgetting which enemies had bombs. Was it slow Octoroks?
We knew. We saw that it was red Octoroks, but we never saw the fast or slow.
Yeah, I think it was the slow ones, and then also orange moblins. I think had
orange
bombs?
moblins in 9 definitely had it.
Yeah.
and we never saw what the minimum third was.
Probably pea hats.
Probably. Or Zora's.
Or Zora's, yeah. Getting a bomb drop off a Zora should be like a challenge for some kind, because how often are you going to pull that one off?
And Bulleta, who has made it up to 9 heart containers, should have no problem.
I think I had, what, 8? 8 hearts?
Did you make it up to 8? I didn't.
I think I had 7 or 8. I didn't get the second row. I was close though.
Okay.
Let's
I
see.
guess
According
that
to
was a little
this,
bit more
I picked up the white sword heart, the heart and 9, and 3 hearts from Take Any's. So I did have 8.
Indeed.
Because you got to have heart.
Yeah. So this doesn't matter to the majority of people who are running this seed in the tournament, but I just do want to point out that we also technically have a logically required dig dogger block with that
Yes.
diamond staircase.
Yes, we do.
So for us mere mortals that don't clip yet, because despite all of our efforts, can't still pull it off.
Ooh,
yeah,
and deceptive
that's
hints
another
are
thing
on.
to hunt. Yes, they are.
I don't think I even. Well, she has the book. I never got the book.
Yeah,
So that's why.
yeah. She dove into 4 looking for a ladder and found that book.
I must say,
So-
I am not at all sad I didn't find the book in that case, because deceptive old
Yeah.
men can go you know what themselves. They can take the
and,
deceptive hint and go away.
Bulleta is going straight towards the Chevy room. So one of the things that we were kind of like chatting about a little bit is that because Ganon was in his own room, odds are that Zelda was also in her own room, which meant you were required to come in from the bottom, which ended up being true.
Correct.
So
The problem is the geography of the level kind of made that with all the ladder blocks and the non-bombable walls, it made it very difficult to get there. And I was also thinking she was possibly in like the top right corner, or there were other spots I was thinking there were possibilities.
Yeah, we
I
were
also
trying to
enjoyed
to figure that
the
out.
2 staircases in the bottom, the southwest, that are totally they're on their own island. None of the walls around them bombed. It was pretty. I was 6 bombs down the drain for nothing. Although I bombed the wall to an empty block, so that one obviously.
You were not alone in that.
I was just going crazy.
Yeah, that was basically our assessment as well. At that point, it's like just a frustration bomb, but Bulleta bombed the literal same wall.
Fantastic. I don't feel so bad then.
And Bulleta is now in this fight with Ganon. Is going to use a potion immediately to make sure, and is going to find out the fun news that, guess what? Yeah, Ganon doesn't actually have any hit points. Bulleta went ahead.
The celebration drink after he died. I like it.
Yes. Oh, man, goodness. Bacon and booze.
I will toast your death with Pepsi.
Yeah, I still don't know about Coke with a Pepsi chaser. That does not sound like a party in any mouth.
Nah, I don't think so. Not unless you're into that kind of thing.
Yeah, you know. Granted, I just don't drink sodas anymore, so.
Oh, no, I shouldn't, but I do anyway.
Yeah, a social soda drinker, so to speak. Yes. Which means lately, not much at all.
Yeah, not much. Make sure you keep a safe distance from your soda.
Yes, I'm keeping it at the store.
Even better.
But Bulleta is on her way, has killed the pig, and is just a few rooms away. And is, going to sub-hour this easily. But is going to find out the bad news because Bulleta doesn't play with the IRC Open. But Bulleta has finished, so GG's to her. Time of, looks like about 53:30. I don't have the SRL open.
53:27.
Not bad at all. Now, Bulleta does not have a microphone, so is unless pulled out some surprise, not going to be joining us for a post-race commentary, but usually does appear in chat afterwards. I don't think it'll be terribly surprising. Like with something like this, like if I'm finishing and I'm not watching, I wouldn't be surprised if I won. I wouldn't be surprised if I lost by 30 minutes.
Oh, it's very easy, especially with the situation we had. It was very easily completable in a very short amount of time.
Yeah, Bulleta, you both found 3 first. And neither of you, killed that Gleeok. Of course, neither of you had a sword going in the first time.
As much as I could, Bulleta.
Yes.
Until the ladder decided, you need a ladder.
Yes. chessjerk definitely did a bit more thorough exploration, including finding a wand in 9 that you had access to but didn't get. But there really wasn't a whole lot more you could do beyond what you saw until you got that ladder, at which point, everything was there anyways. Yeah.
Yeah, Bulleta, I lucked out, and the very first item I dug was the floor in 3, and found the ladder right away. No, I actually killed Ganon before going to Zelda. I was confident that my pickup of the bow on the coast this time in this seed was the right call, because last time it wasn't. So obviously 50-50's got to even itself out according to the laws of mathematics. That's how that works, right?
More like guidelines, really.
Every gambling addict out there saying, yeah.
Hey, I live in Vegas, so I know the culture.
Then you know.
Yes. Yep. All right. So, that does lead to game 3.
Thursday at 10 confirmed.
Absolutely.
Same time, probably same place.
Sounds great. I don't know if we lost Jay Coper or not.
I'm still here. You guys are doing fine conversing. So
he's ruminating.
Yeah. Looking forward to game 3. You guys gave us another exciting game 2. Bulleta, I don't think heard this, but you entered 9 the first time, just a couple seconds apart again.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, this time
we're good at that.
This time 9 was much longer.
Well, that's saying something, considering the last one was 3 rooms.
Yeah, it doesn't take much.
Yep. But yes, thank you guys for the commentary, and thank you, Bulleta. I will see you on Thursday, and CD Improv for the restreaming.
Yep.
Thank you very much.
And Dark Falls.
And Dark Falls, yes. Can't forget Dark Falls, absolutely.
Absolutely. Not only is our tracking today, but also one of the main organizers of the entire tournament. So thank you for your hard work.
Absolutely.
And that was a very fun, very unique seed, and that's the thing that I love about this tournament. You never know what you're going to get.
It's crazy.
So we've got 3 other races in this tournament going on right now. Speed Gaming 4, Speed Gaming 3, and Randomania 1. So,
and it looks like we are about to raid Randomania the Prime and check out what's going on with that match.